So, wait, talk.
So what happened next?
All right, there you go. Good. So, after that, we're officially dating or whatever, and
You go use the restroom, T man. I'll be right back.
we so I'm sitting down by her in the gym and all, like I always do. I'd sit down in the gym, and we just sit down there and talk like normal crappy teenager stuff and all.
Mhm.
And like she's even got problems with me holding her hand, which again, as we have stated, now that I've gotten a little bit older, hand holding is it's whatever. Let's get down to let's get down to
You know,
business here. That's so funny. That's so stupid to hear me say that, I guess. And but eventually I kind of broached the topic of like, do you have a problem with me like holding your hand? I mean, I don't know about you, I kind of like it. And she's, yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it's okay. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's like, okay, um, all right, then. I mean, and I think one day I like put my arm around her. I put my arm around her or something, and she
Yeah.
like very quickly removed my arm from her. That, what are you doing? It's like, I'm taking your arm off of me. It's like, but why? Because it's making me uncomfortable. It's like, what? What do you
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
Like, and then like eventually we started talking. And no. The crazy thing is that she made all the excuses in the world when it came to actually hanging out and going and doing something. She would like blow up my phone all the time. All the time she would just blow up my phone. But like, whenever I asked her, "Hey, do you want to go out this weekend? Do you want to do? You want to do? Do you want to go do something? Like, do you want to do something besides do on your phone by any chance?" And she, no, I can't. I got homework. I got quiet. It was always something. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, all right, okay, fine. And then like I dated her for like a month or something like that, and she told me, look, just when Christmas break happens, when Christmas break comes around, we're gonna spend a lot of time together. It's like, okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, that sounds fine. And then it's like, how they would let us out for Christmas break on like the 21st, right?
Mhm.
Like maybe the 21st would be the last day of school. It's like a half day or something. And and I even asked her, hey, okay, so now that we're out of school and we don't have homework and you don't have to study, what do you want to go do something tonight? Like, no, I got it. Crying out loud, are you serious? Of course, I never said that. Simp City.
Mhm.
And then I would,
Should have.
huh?
I said you should have said something. But we
Oh,
weren't.
well, we're
We
about to
weren't
get
as
to
mature.
that.
We weren't as mature back then. So give you a
And then like for the next couple of days, because no school, no, and I can drive, right? No
pass.
school, no homework, none of that, no extracurriculars because there's no school. And I ask, hey, you want to, for the next 2 or 3 days, I ask, do you want to do this? Do you want to go there? And it's like, no, I don't think I can. And then I think it was on like, this was kind of cold blooded. I kind of ruined her Christmas for this. I think it was on like Christmas Eve. I just eventually said, you know what? I'll see you later.
No, he told her that.
I don't remember what I said. I think I don't remember what I said exactly.
You broke up with her on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I ain't wasting my time over this. Like, this is a waste of time. Like, we're not getting anywhere.
True.
Like
Well, I
the
see the
truth
problem.
of it, like we've said, outside of outside of getting down to business and all,
Sit down, man. Before you break something.
outside of getting down to business and all here, you know, we haven't really gotten anywhere. We haven't really gotten anywhere in this outside of getting in what like from June to December we haven't really moved forward any, which is it's kind of a problem, I because we have made no progress. We were hanging out more in the summer when we weren't dating or whatever than when we were actually dating or whatever.
Yeah.
What? What? Uh, and so, like, eventually I just said, you know what? That's enough of this. I will see you later. Well, I mean, I will
Yeah.
not see you later, more like it, I guess.
Sounds about the right thing to do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Like, dude, look. It's
Ain't nothing.
crazy, too, because, you know, like, you're. It's like crazy. It's not like I was a lady killer or anything, but I was thinking. I remember thinking in that time, that, like, June to December stretch, I kept. Like, I mean, I was not actively looking around or anything, but, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it doesn't cost anything to look at the menu. It doesn't cost
Mm,
anything to look at the menu. It doesn't
true.
cost anything to look at the menu. So I mean, I was looking around, but I was thinking, no, 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 I can't do that. I will stay loyal. She is not my girlfriend, but she will be my girlfriend. And then I'm thinking, like, no, that is not how you're supposed to do it. Like, the older I got, the more I realized, no, that's how you get
Yeah,
taken
nah.
advantage of. That is
For
exactly how you
real.
get taken advantage of.
You ask. In my experience, I just ask off rip.
Hey, man,
I feel
go
like
for it
I
before you lose any time.
exactly. I just shoot the shot. Usually it works out.
See, when I was in, how old was I? I think I was 20. Maybe I was 21. I don't remember. No, I think I was 21
Oh,
when
I
I
thought
met
you were
this
going to
girl.
sleep, bro. I done turned off everything downstairs.
How old was I? I was 21, I think. Yeah, I was 21. Okay, so
Oh,
when I was,
hold on, Jake.
yeah, yeah.
Look, you ready to get in bed too, man? We put it on the top. Follow Uncle Joe. Everybody laying down. It's time to call. Where you headphones at? You don't know? Hold on, just one sec, G.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go get some water while you're doing that.
Come on. Let's find your headphones, man. Follow pretty much all on Mark. No. Oh, I just bought them. Not doing all this fucking season. Most people said she knew what it is to make it I said all the shit I've been. I don't know what. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that extra to make it. And basically, all this CB and extra shit I've been doing, I don't understand.
All right, now that we're back from our unintentional intermission, where was I? Okay, it looks like we're not back from our intermission.
I am back.
Oh, okay. What was I saying? Oh, right. I know now. When I was 21.
We were talking about.
So when I was 21, I remember. I remember like the whole being friends first part is like
Being friends first has never worked out for me. I will say that.
I think it is more like you actually do start out with as friends, and let's be honest here, what male with bright red blood actually wants to be friends first? I think that actually works out so seldom, like so very seldom that actually works out. I don't know. It depends. Like I'm just gonna give it the blanket of it depends. But anyways, I was 21, right? And I'm just now starting my education classes at UA.
Mhm.
And I walk into a big auditorium class like every education major has to take, right? And it's
Mhm.
just loaded with girls. I'm thinking, hey, I picked the right major.
Mhm.
And every once I got like I got three other classes. I got four classes this semester, which it's standard thing. And dang, dude, I can't believe I used to think four classes was tough. And
Well, it's not that bad.
no, it's not, dude. It's crazy. Um, and I've got two teaching classes, pretty much like two education classes, kind of like I have one that is like a special education class, which is the big auditorium class, and I've got another that is a grammar for teachers class. I think is pretty much what it was called. And once again, I walk into the grammar for teachers class, and there are like 18 girls, two guys. One of them is me. Hey, I picked the right major, all right. And and I go in to I don't remember where it was, but I don't remember how this happened exactly. There was one girl who was, hey, you know, I got a little head tilt when I'm looking at her and all that. I like that. And oh man, this I'm gonna get flamed if I do actually post this somewhere.
Mhm.
But I look at it as like, you know what? Looking pretty good over there. And what did I do? I found out her name. I don't remember. I don't think I'd ever actually said a word. It was another thing. Like, I don't think I've ever said a word to her. You know me. It's pretty easy to know what I look like. It's pretty easy to pick me out of a crowd, right?
Yeah.
So like,
When we
especially
are.
because like back then I was uh no, I mean there's nothing special. It's just easy to pick me out of a crowd, I guess. And
Mhm. Yeah, you got a very unique look for the times. I will say that for our
and
times
um
you've been very old school look.
yeah, I might have to turn you up. You sound kind of quiet, robotic, like a robot. Hang on.
Sorry, hold on. Let me hop off my Bluetooth.
And
Now, that sound better?
yeah, that's louder. That's good. So I don't know how. Like I said, it's pretty easy to pick me out of a crowd, but the teacher in the auditorium class split us up into groups, and this girl, her name's Maria, and you might have heard this one too. Actually, maybe I've like told the same stories like six or seven, like the same 6 or 7 stories, but said it different some way to where I like make you think it's not the same thing.
If it starts to sound familiar, I'll let you know.
Oh, does that mean I don't get to finish it?
If I know the ending.
and I talked to her. I no no. She just asked me when we finished our assignment, our little group assignment in the auditorium class, right? And so
Mhm.
we're just kind of sitting there. I think there are six of us in this little group, maybe six or seven, something like that. We're just sitting there, and she just asked, "So did you finish this in grammar for teachers?" Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought I saw you in that class. Okay, yeah. I finished it. And she asked me like, "Woohoo!" Yeah, I don't remember what she said after that. But the bottom line is that she broke the ice there. That hey, we have the same class, which is, I mean, I mean, it's
Yeah,
pretty
she
easy.
really
Like,
did. Yeah. And I haven't heard the story before. I have not.
oh really? Well,
Nah,
then
so
buckle
she
up.
broke like
And maybe you have. I don't know. Maybe I'm working my magic of starting it a different way to trick you into thinking you haven't heard it.
so if you can keep well, we talk a lot, so if you ever manage to take out if you keep managing to change hella details about your story, I don't know, maybe you should be a writer. You make so many details out of the same stories to make it sound like a different story
So
sometimes.
she's pretty much broken the ice at this point. That hey, we have the same class, which I think is kind of a risk because you don't want to come. Okay, well, like okay, it's kind of a risk for the. I hate to sound like a total sexist misogynist or whatever. Not really. Um, it's kind of a risk for the guy because like, I think there are more things that a guy can do that can come off as creepy than what a girl can do.
Yeah,
Um, and and
that's true.
so
Yeah,
like she's
it's
pretty
it's
much broken the ice for us that hey we have the same class. I know what you look like. I maybe she knew my
yeah. I
name.
know who you are.
I don't maybe she knew my name, but the bottom line, I kind of know who you are or whatever. Like I kind of know you. I was like, okay, cool. So the ice has been broken, and she knows who I am, and I know who she is, and no. Cool. And then at some point, like I even got to the point where I'd like talk to her a little bit. Just kind of your average college acquaintance, potential friend kind of relationship. Where
Hmm.
I'd go and I'd sit by her sometimes in the auditorium class, and we pretty much had like the classroom was kind of packed in the grammar for teachers um, class, so it was pretty much assigned seats there.
Yeah.
And and I mean, I'd sit and I'd talk to her. Actually, no, even before that, this part you might have heard. You've heard. I think you've heard this part before. Before that, even one night she asked me and another girl in our little group. I think we had like a group thing going on for the grammar for teachers class too.
Hmm.
And she asked me and the other girl, "Hey, do you guys want to do a study night at like Starbucks or something?" And I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, I guess, sure, why not? Yeah, we can go. Why not? So I go up there to the Starbucks. Like me and a Starbucks, like, well, we already know what I think of coffee, I guess, and me and a Starbucks, and I don't want to sound like oh wait. I told you when I found out the definition for hipster, and my life changed the day that I found out that I am technically a hipster, more or less, which I wasn't ready for. I've told you about that, right?
No, this is another new story.
Really? Oh crap, dude!
You've
I'm
never
opening up
once,
too many cans of worms.
you have never once in your life called yourself a hipster near me.
No. Okay, well, yeah. Another can of worms to open later. Like me in a coffee shop, I don't really like the whole the coffee shop aesthetic is yeah, whatever. I'll go sit in like a hallway somewhere, not a coffee shop where a lot of people can look at me. And I also don't really like coffee. I would definitely be. I guess I'd be like super counterculture going to a coffee shop and asking for a water or something. Probably
Hmm.
that'd be what I would do. I guess.
Hmm.
as I take another sip of water from my mason jar. And so we go to a coffee shop, and I'm the first person there. I think I'm the first person there. And like, at the Starbucks at the student center there, you know the one I'm talking about, and all.
Yeah.
The Starbucks there, they got just a chair at the front for you to sit in. And I kind of just sat there and waited for 2 or 3 minutes, and then she walks in, and she told me that yeah, like a few hours ago, I had to do like some practicum teaching at a high school or whatever. I don't remember what
Mm.
exactly she was doing, but she was teaching, so she had to dress up a little bit, and I thought, I like this.
Mhm.
I like this. I like what I'm seeing right here. And so she was dressed up a little bit, but she didn't have like an excessive amount of makeup on or anything. So, so I thought, hey, yeah, I kind of like this. And so for the first few minutes, like probably the first 12 or 13 minutes, maybe it's just me and her sitting at a table, like a coffee table and all, coffee shop table, just me and her. And I'm thinking, was this a setup? I mean, it's okay if it is, but was this a setup? And then no, the other girl walks in. So, okay, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't come here. I came here to study, not get down to business.
Mhm.
and so so we're all talking. We're not even. No, we didn't get an ounce of studying done. We're just hanging out talking about whatever that happens. Whatever.
That's usually how all my study dates
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
So
yeah. You
me and my
say you're gonna
study
get together
hangout
with a
went.
certain group and study, and it just doesn't happen.
All we did was talk and joke.
And eventually, we all say we probably sit there at that table for 2 hours or so, and study, right? And then everyone says, "All right, oh well, I gotta go," and the other person conveniently says, "Oh yeah, I gotta go too." And conveniently, like everybody everybody has to fold at the same time. They conveniently all have to go, which is not. It's not like there's something wrong with that in this case. I just am always humored by all of a sudden, oh yeah, oh I have to go. Oh yeah, dude, I have to go. Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go do whatever. And so,
Well, the first gotta go is the one that is the first gotta go lets everybody know.
see if I ever have to leave, I usually just sneak away quietly, and then people will text me, "Hey, did you leave?" Like, well, am I there? No. Like, then yes, I did leave. As a matter of fact, I did leave.
I used to just tell everybody I was dipping. I'd be like, "All right, guys, it's been real and it's been fun."
Yeah, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Yeah, that's my favorite goodbye line.
uh, no, man, you can't leave now. I was like, well, I'm gonna. So everyone has to fold now, right? And the third wheel. All right, if we're gonna be real here, the third wheel girl says, "All right, well, my parking lot's this way," and she just, "All right, we'll see you, on Tuesday in class or whatever." And so then it's just me and Maria walking to another, like the parking lot that I'm in is not close to hers, but we're kind of walking in the same direction for a little bit, right? So
Mm.
I'm thinking, dude, if you don't know how hard, if I could time travel right now, you do not know how hard I would low blow myself right here. Because it's just me, dude. It's out of a stupid little Hallmark drama movie. It's just me and her walking at night, kind of awkwardly tiptoeing the way we talk to each other. We're talking to each other right now. This is like a stupid, cheesy Hallmark movie, and I'm like, it crosses my mind right here. It crosses my mind, dude. This is it. There is actually never ever going to be a better time to pop the question than right now. This could actually not be more perfect. Just had a good spoiler alert, I guess.
I wish I was around you, Jake. I would have told you.
You would have low blowed me. You would have been the one to low blow me.
Yeah, it's because
you get in your own head.
I had Toby to Lobo me because I used to have situations like that when I was first at Troy. Because there were times where There was this one girl named Taryn before I met Deja. There was this one girl named Taryn who was like straight up 10 out of 10. And I
Okay.
swear she was feeling me, bro. But I was so afraid to go after it, go after
Oh
her. Because,
no.
I was I was always afraid of rejection, so I just wouldn't do it at all.
Yeah, so you just avoid
Like
it by
even if
not.
girls show interest in me, I'd be like, I'd friend zone girls before they got a chance to friend zone me. For real, for real. I was always for rejection,
Hey,
but one
you
day
ain't you ain't no
my
simp.
man was like, Jordan. Toby was like, Jordan. Let's say she says yes, and then you get the smash. And I was like, but what if she says no? And he was like, it don't matter. And I was like, I guess you're right. And I asked her out, and I got in it. We went to Waffle House and shit. And like 2 months later, I smashed, but
And
we
then,
didn't end
you
well.
clapped.
Yeah, we didn't end well though.
Rough.
Yeah, I messed up. I can't even lie.
See, that's what I'm
He,
thinking.
he,
Like,
I ruined a lot of relationships with women over on my side because of my. You know how I have a tardy list just not to text people back and stuff like
yeah,
flake every
I've
now and then.
noticed. As a matter of fact,
Girl,
I have noticed.
girls, girls don't like that at all.
They what? They like it when you ignore them, right?
They do not, and I have ruined many of relationships just by like leaving people on red and stuff. And I'd be like, Jordan, what you doing? And I'd be like, nothing. And sometimes I just don't want to hang out. And I've had girls get mad at me for just not wanting to hang out.
Nah, high maintenance. Need too much.
For
They're
real.
wanting too much attention.
I know. Deja's really the only woman I've ever dated or dealt with that did not have a problem with me not
Yeah,
wanting to
that
hang
was
out or
actually cool
anything
about
like that.
things.
Yeah, but Deja she really likes her personal space, so I understand. I get it from
See, that's what I was thinking in this moment. It's like, dude, do it now, because it was perfect. Like, we were just walking. Could not have been more normal. We were just walking back to our parking lots. I mean, my parking lot is right here. My car is right here in case I need to dip fast. My car is just right here. If I need to dip, if things go south, I can dip. There's no one around, so I don't really have to be concerned, about, a little irrational. I don't really want anyone to watch me ask this girl out in case I get, shot down. Which, by the way, was definitely not going to happen. There is no way that was going to happen.
Nah,
Um,
9 times out of 10 it won't, man. We're some good looking dudes. I tell you all the time, my guy.
and I
You just
was.
gotta use your power.
That's what I was thinking. After that was, but then I hit myself with the. Now I could even now that I remember it, I'm just hearing in my mind the way she said bye to me when I said, "Oh, well, my car's over here. I'll see you later." It's like, no, don't do that. And I could just remember the way she said bye to me. I thought, as soon as I walked away, I just thought, I just made a mistake. I just made a mistake, didn't I? So I thought, let's just be friends a little bit. Be friends a little bit and work on it from there. I think, well,
Yeah, there's no
we
there's
see
no point in waiting.
we see how
Well,
that
I
ended.
guess there's no point in telling you now, but because it's gone. But like, whatever, when those situations pop up, we just, what our problem was, Jake. We didn't have dads who got girls that tell
No,
us
no.
how to get girls.
See, the thing is, I think
My
one
dad
one of the
never sent me
things.
down to tell me how to get a
No,
girl.
see, mine was the opposite actually. It's just that I didn't really know how to approach. The problem is I didn't really know how to approach people with certain topics. I think when you said earlier, man, we should have talked about like dating, about girls and dating and this and that when we were in high school. When we saw each other every day, we should have talked about this. Like, oh, there's the problem though. I just identified the problem. We didn't really know how to approach that topic, and that's the problem. Like, I mean, like every other teenage and 21-year-old male in the world, do you think I didn't? You think I wasn't feeling it or something? It's just that I didn't know how to bring up how do I get a girl to like me, and how do we get down to business, things like that. I
Yeah,
didn't
when
really
it
know how
came,
to. I didn't know how to broach that topic with anybody, and even if I did broach it for some stupid reason, I think that ain't how you do it. That's not right. It's like, when they probably have more success than me. Well, it's not hard to
my,
have more success than me, so.
whenever, whenever I approached my parents about girls, they were always on a "don't get a girl pregnant" thing. So
Yeah, they definitely
I
jumped
used to,
jumped to conclusions. I guess they were
so
putting
I
faith
used
in
to
you at
do.
least.
When I was in like seventh, before I met you in like sixth, seventh grade, I used to think kissing and holding hands is how you got a girl pregnant.
Well, I mean, I guess it is these days. Well,
It,
maybe a little bit further than that, but
it's a little bit more, but I used to think just holding hands and a kiss, like the swapping saliva itself, is how you got a girl pregnant.
how you got a girl pregnant? I thought you said how you got a girlfriend. Well, I'd always heard
Nah,
that if you kiss, I heard you remember Mr. Fields in 8th grade.
yeah.
He was, by the way, baller alert. Um, I remember him telling us that there were some parents that told their daughter that if a guy kisses you on the neck, it will get you pregnant. Which I thought that's not how anatomy works, but now I get it because they like that stuff, and and that is pretty much the gateway to really getting down to business is when you kiss a girl on the neck. I had Mallory tell me to do that a couple times, and I was all of course I was all for it, but
Most definitely. I love kissing a woman's neck.
that's what I always thought. I remember Mr. Fields saying that in high school, that he heard some parents tell their daughter, if a boy kisses you on the neck, you will get pregnant. Which, no, but yes. Definitely yes.
They're not 100% wrong.
They are not they are only about like 6 or 7% wrong on that one. Yeah, business is gonna be, there is gonna be some business done. There is probably gonna be some business done.
It starts with the neck kiss.
Oh, that's just so crazy how like our perceptions. It's like mentally, we were late bloomers. Physically, not really. Like we grew up between that little 8th grade session where we met and like 10th grade. Yeah, physically we got pretty big. Like 5'11", 6 foot is above. It's not exceptionally tall or anything, but it's above average U.S. male height and all, right?
Sure. I think I'm average. 5'11". That's like straight at it, right?
No. 5'9" is average male in U.S.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Okay. I thought it was like 5'11".
No, like 5'11" is technically tall. It is by technical definition tall, but like people will only really call you tall if you're like 6'1" and above. Because at that point, you're pretty exceptionally tall if you're 6'1" and above, I'd say. Like Steve Austin, Stone Cold is only 6'2", but they build them at like 6'5", 6'6" inches tall in wrestling. But I mean, 6'2" is still exceptionally tall. I think he said he was a football player in high school and college or whatever, in like high school and college and all. I think he said he was a football player, so he kind of had to have some size to him. Unless you're a kicker.
Speaking of Steve Austin, me and one of my coworkers at Amazon was talking about him the other day.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about how it sucks his career was ended early because of Owen Hart.
Owen Hart. I don't know what it was, but something made me think of that
what
today.
he was telling me, what he was telling me was, do you think Owen Hart did that on purpose? There are whole speculations that he did it on purpose to get back at Vince for what he did to Brett.
My dad told me. Well, I don't know about that reasoning because that happened to Steve Austin like 1995, and that was before Brett really before Montreal. But my dad told me that he had some source that heard Steve say, "Look, you can't do a pile driver on me. You're not tall enough." Which makes sense because the people who do pile drivers, like the most renowned pile driver in WWE history, is billed at 6'10", and is actually in reality 6'8". So no one's head is gonna, well, except for Goldberg, I guess. No one's head is gonna hit the mat with him carrying them. So for Owen Hart to do it, and he was probably not even 6 foot. He was, at least for a wrestler, was pretty short. So hearing Steve say that, and also if you have a strong enough stomach to watch the pile driver, there was no way Owen was ever going to successfully do that. So, I mean, with the conspiracy of did Owen Hart do something like that on purpose? Well, unfortunately, there is not any shortage of evidence there. I don't know if it's true.
I don't like to think he didn't.
I mean, yeah, I
like to
also,
think
I mean, you don't want to speak ill of the dead, but things kind of stack up against him there, right?
true.
See,
I would just like to think he was
'cause-
careless.
I mean, I don't know if it's really true, but like, I mean, pile drivers are dangerous moves and all, right? And the most renowned pile driver, the guy who did a pile driver, who did it very consistently, is 6'8" tall. I mean, it doesn't. So to say that, hey, you might need some extra height to do a pile driver successfully, well, there's no shortage of evidence there, because Kane did it, Undertaker did it. Actually, I'm a little surprised Triple H did it once, but I kind of think the Undertaker just tucked his head on that one. I mean, no, there's no way. You can't risk your head hitting the mat on that.
Yeah, you probably break your neck.
No, that will. I really don't understand how that didn't kill Steve. I'm really glad it didn't kill Stone Cold, but I do not understand how he survived that. Not only that, but he actually got to where he could move a little bit. I can't believe that's incredible. That's incredible. I don't know what else to say. That is a feat of strength.
For real.
I mean, I hope that. I hope. I was just amazed he's still alive.
Crazy.
After that.
Those guys were big back then. You know, Mark Hamill did a thing on the Joe Rogan show.
Who? Mark Hamill?
Yeah, The Undertaker. He did one talking about.
You mean Mark Calloway?
That's what I said.
You said Mark Hamill.
Oh, my bad.
Like, why is this? That's kind of a random segue, but yeah, let's talk about the Joker or Luke Skywalker.
Not him, but The Undertaker.
Yeah,
he did.
I
He was
watched
on the-
that the day it came out. I remember watching it.
Yeah, I
Problem
just
is-
watched it like the
Is
other
that
night.
interview actually fell short because Joe was still asking him like the same questions that for a little bit they were asking him the same questions that everybody has asked him since he started doing interviews last year. Like, okay, you know, can we get on to some? I had high expectations, and it didn't really get interesting till he started talking about his injuries. When they started talking about his injuries, it got entertaining and interesting again. Because I remember them saying, I remember him talking about how when Yokozuna broke his orbital bone, like broke his orbital and cheekbone, like on his face.
Yeah.
How he was just wondering, dang, dude, why does my face hurt so much?
Yeah.
And
I
he
was
just like
just
went to a
worried.
doctor one night, and the doctor came in and said, "Do you have an eye doctor by any chance?" No. I think you should go see one, and then showed him the X-rays. You know, his face was broken pretty much. Oh, that explains why it hurts so much.
Mhm.
But then sometimes I actually had the other night, I think it was 2 nights ago, one of the kids at I say that, I mean he pretty much is, yeah. One of the kids at my church, he plays high school baseball, and he did a headfirst slide to third base or whatever, and when he stood up, he saw his finger was like turned like an L, like the L, the upside down L on Wallenguini's hat, like the top half of his finger was just turned to the side. Like, oh, that's gross. I don't want to see that. That must hurt a lot. And I'm sure it did. And could you imagine? They probably fixed that up pretty, as fast as they could. I don't know. I don't really know how that's treated and all, but imagine how much that hurts. And this dude was apparently walking around for a few days or a week or so with his orbital bone, like his eye socket bone and his cheekbone just broken. And this dude was walking around wondering, dang, why does my why does my face hurt so much? And it apparently is, well, I don't have to go get it checked out or anything. No big deal. That's crazy how they just some people have so different a threshold for pain.
Yeah, I know. I'd have been going through it if that was me. But my guy, I think I'm about to go to sleep.
Yeah.